What are you watching?
Yeah. Are we up and running?
Yes, we are. We're up and running. Happy Sunday, y'all. We got some. I got some really good topics today because I know y'all. We have been going for a little bit, and I want to give a disclaimer about that. First of all, we're working on a couple of very, pretty big projects, and one of the most major ones is like being um responsible for leading an initiative that will literally culturally uh impact the city of Athens, which is amazing. Hey Naima, I know we missed you too, but also we want to take some time to really kind of reformat. Yeah, scoot over this way there. Yeah, towards me. We wanted to reformat a little bit so that we could kind of start to re-engage and revisit how to,
And we're looking into like some better equipment.
we are looking into a lot of better equipment, but re-engage because we really want to be able to provide topics that are very authentic, but topics that aren't going to get us like, up for all of the night arguing either. Mm. So we're working on a better way of managing these topics and discussions and working through emotions when discussing them too. So yeah, so we're having a great time kind of refinding ourselves and um recommitting our these discussions that we have to not turn into arguments and to keep things in loving spirit. So y'all, we are going to keep this to an hour for real.
Taylor running football. That's what you put on me?
Yeah, but that's just one of the topics, babe. It's just something to get get some interest. Because y'all, I am fasting. I've committed to the Tiffany Montgomery chosen by God community fast, and uh I fasted before. Don't get me wrong. So I'm like, okay, I can do this, but we have just been able. We've been coming off of a very very good couple of days of just having these really good big meals and um I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about doing it's Sunday, so I was thinking about doing another big meal today, and then I realized, okay, the first is Sunday, and so can't delay. I don't want to delay that fast. So because a delayed fast is delayed results, and if you know, and I don't want to delay no results. I want them. I need that support, and I need those answers expeditiously. And so I'm not going to delay that fast. Um, so yeah, so we're gonna keep this to an hour for real. Okay, because as soon as we hop off this live, I get to eat. And I'm just excited about the topics of in store because I've been kind of saving up because another big announcement that we have is we're going to be joining another couple on a podcast. So we're getting our equipment ready, as hubby said, because we're going to be doing a podcast. And so we are going to be joining another couple who also does, conversations and they do lives, but it will be an actual podcast. And it's going to be called A Couple of Forevers, y'all. Yours truly thought of that name, and I'm so glad that the beautiful Johnsons, Andre and Shelly, were receptive to it. So we're getting our equipment ready for that because they're also in Georgia, but they're about 40 minutes away. And so we're still deciding on some things because Andre, the husband, he travels a lot, and so we're still kind of deciding on when we're going to film, how we're going to film, whether it's going to be together here at the vibe, the village, or whether it's going to be over there with where they reside. And then how often we're going to be able to do that because we do want to be committed with actually doing this together in physical into physical togetherness. So without further ado, all right, so I'm going to pass the mic on to you. I don't have the mic though, because I don't have my sheet, so I don't have the mic. But I'm gonna pass the mic on to hubby.
What are we
And
doing? What we talked about earlier?
yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Do you want to tackle Taylor first, or you want to wait to the end?
No, because those are jokes.
Y'all excuse this
Tho-
son. This son
Those
is
are
loving
jokes.
mama right now. This son is loving Mrs. Doss
I
right
done
now.
disappeared.
You have, but that's lets me know the spotlight supposed to be on me. So maybe I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start. So the first topic I want to talk about is Nia Long, y'all. I know we had Taylor in here, but I think that Taylor, I'm gonna let, like I said, I'm
Why
gonna
we
let
talking about
hubby
Neil
move
Long?
that. I'm gonna explain why. Jeez, this dude right here. This dude. This dude. Because Nia has been making her rounds. And I'm sure you all remember last year sometime, the news broke about her fiance slash baby daddy, having an affair with an administrative staff of the Boston Celtics. And Nia has been making her rounds recently saying that basically she is not has not been given the same support or the same consideration that the mistress or the female that was a part of that affair got. And she felt like Boston, basically their administrative staff, protected her image. And even though everybody knew, Nia Long is a public figure, is she not? She is. So she felt like, okay, some of that was because yes, she's a public figure, but other things were put on blast that she felt should have remained private, because of the fact that her son knows. Her son, I think, is about 12 or so, I believe. Her son knows, and her son has had to see these things about his father and Nia Long and endure this. But this woman's family has been able to remain protected. And y'all, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think she has a lot of credence here when she said the phrase about white woman's tears being held as so much more of a value. But I was kind of, I was understanding what she was saying, and I do like that Nia Long said that she had a little situation about a couple of months ago. She went to a game. She went to an event at her son's school, and they were playing some nonsense, and it was the N word, and she said that the kids was all cheering, and she had to check the staff about y'all wouldn't play NWA over in here talking about lists, no matter how hype it would get. So how y'all let this being played, and the N word is there. So I like I said, Nia is a smart woman, and I've written for I be all over these kind of social justice, especially social, like real people that are doing the work, and they're speaking out on this, and not just like letting it blow over and that sort of thing. Because I know when she's walking that celebrity world, it's hard to voice your opinions about things like this. So trust indeed. I ride for Nia. I think she's right about a lot. But let me tell you, I watched yesterday. I was watching Tasha K. Unwind with Tasha K. And every now and again, I check Tasha K out. I don't check her out too much, but every now and again, I
Wait,
check
we
her
over Neil
out.
Long?
No, no, no. I'm gonna say why I came to this conclusion. So oh, and look, y'all, just in time, right? Just in time for him to weigh in. That spotlight has faded and has combined us. Okay. So but I'm still glowing, y'all, because I'm on that new skincare routine. I'm getting it together. And y'all, I'm only able to drink water while on this fast. Water and lemon, like lemon in the water and like cucumber in the water, but water. And I'm kind of gonna be missing that because last night I had a little beverage that I had created, and somebody drank it. Somebody drank it. And that was gonna be my
I do you a
last little
favor.
hurrah. That was gonna be my last hurrah. Anyway, I was watching Tasha K, and she said something that was really important and that it really stuck a chord. She said Yes.
You want water right now?
No, no, babe, I still have mine. It's inside, but I'm okay right now. Thank you. I don't want to mess up my gloss. So, she said that Nia Long was right. Yes, this woman, this is white women's tears do hold more value in this country of America. That is just what it is. It just does. But more so than white women's tears hold more value, honey, it's the fact that a wife's values are being protected. Nia Long, you are a baby mother, and that was a choice that you have had for the past 12, 14 years because you were very public about the fact that he wanted to get married, but you were busy, you had your career, it wasn't the timing wasn't right. And that was 9 years ago, I think, when the engagement started. They've been together for 13 years or so, but the engagement started like publicly 9 years ago. And so I imagine that the engagement was when actually he proposed. So this was after the son was born, that sort of thing. He, said, "Hey, let's go ahead and make this official." And I thought about that and how actually,
Wait,
because
who said this? Tasha.
Tasha K,
Tasha.
y'all, and let me tell you, the reason why I don't watch Tasha K has nothing to do with the whole Cardi B thing. Because if anybody rode with her in regards to that, I rode with Tasha K. I'm like, I don't give a f what the court decided. Y'all know what this lady was going around with this specimen. I can't even call Cardi B a woman or a lady.
Wait, what happened
What
with
this
Cardi B
specimen?
and
We can
Tasha?
talk about that off the case because Tasha K got sued for a lie, and we don't want no parts of that.
Oh,
But
fuck, man,
I
fuck Cardi B. And she from the hood, so double
yeah,
fuck her.
yeah, okay, thank you. But yes,
All right.
Tasha K got sued, and she owes millions now behind some things that she put out that she said that she admitted that she didn't confirm, but she allowed them to be shared on her show. So at any
Okay,
rate,
about this. Go ahead.
at any rate, so I had stopped listening to Tasha, not because of that, but just because of the fact that Tasha's very loud, and I don't like to involve myself with gossip, and so because it just does bring about an energy. But when a clock is right 2 times a day, and Tasha is very entertaining, and I thought that was a great way that she presented the way she structured that position. It was absolutely, it was masterful, and it is absolutely true. Nia has had some time to get herself to that status, because there is a status that comes with being a wife, and to whom much is given, much is required. So that trade off, you weren't willing to do it. You wanted to stay, doing your Hollywood thing and getting these roles and getting in movies with Omar Epps, and he's looking very bad in them. But you wanted to,
Just
you want to
wow.
get this relevance going. He's not looking that ain't the Omar Epps you grew up with. I think
This,
that might
that's,
be a
this,
clone.
but this
One
is
moment.
irrelevant.
I think that might be a clone, y'all. We talk about Gucci, we talk about Jamie Foxx. I think that Omar Epps might be a clone, y'all. Cause we age good. And I mean, I don't have no problem with an older man. Don't get me wrong. I ain't got no problem with an older man. Older men be fine to me. I
I
like
don't like
older
my
men.
age.
Listen, like I said, it's not that I'm just like, oh, he needed like he would look when he was 20. Nah, I like older men. I like me a little Buddha belly. I like a little older manish. I don't mind that. But he's looking a little sick. Looking, he's looking like it might be a clone situation. At any rate, Nia, you're chasing a career, and I think that at a certain point in every woman's life, you have to come to a point where being a wife and being a homemaker is the thing that you value the most, and I think that it's unfortunate that this kind of came that you got caught into this crossfire, because like I said, I do think there is some validity there that, hey, she's been remained to be very protected. And even when Nia Long said she wrote a letter and she put it like out publicly, they took the woman's name out. They like wouldn't even let her. They wouldn't even let you write that lady name. Like, don't be saying nothing about this good white lady, okay? But you're dealing with a different entity, because that's a Mormon culture, and as we know in the Mormon culture, as though even as Oh, you're
All right,
welcome.
Jessica.
We had some camper, we had some fishers out today, y'all, at our pond. And it's a very good friend, and they brought their beautiful family out. And we really love them. We really love them. They're no, thank you for coming through. I know that's right. Yes. Thank you. Nice meeting you. All right, Courtney, later. I know. Yeah, we had some Courtney's. And I'm gonna talk about Courtney's a little later because Courtney's we continue to just be amazing on every level. Y'all might know. Children of the Corn Malachi, also a Courtney. Also a redheaded
Yeah,
Courtney.
his career just took off.
His career did take off. Everybody knows him as Malachi. Everybody knows what Malachi would do. Malachi brought that.
Come on, the best line in that movie.
He wants you too, Malachi.
Exactly.
Literally, that came like so. You messed us up because now I kept looking for the line. I hadn't seen that movie in so long, and I was just like, oh yeah, Malachi did get it.
It was at the end.
Yeah, it was at the end. But you know that the boy that played the other boy, what was his name? Isaiah. Isaac. Yeah. He wasn't no child. That was a grown man. You realize that? Did you know that when you was watching it?
Okay, and you know what else happened in that movie? The funniest fall. Remember when old boy tripped and like dove and fell? He was running across the lawn.
He talking about the main character?
Yeah, the dude.
The doctor. Okay, so back on topic, But not Courtney Gaines, y'all. Please hashtag Courtney Gaines. Send him some love. He out here doing it. He out here doing it. He probably playing the background, because sometimes, we get humble. We got to get humble, but he out here doing it. But no, like I said, I think that she was right, and it's unfortunate that her child had to be exposed while this woman's family they're able to have some type of anonymous. But yeah,
listen, this is my thing. Nia Long, whatever her name is, right?
This is good.
This is where she at right now, whatever her name is.
Okay.
Okay, so you know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
You wrote the letter. They took the name out.
They took the name out.
Listen,
like
there's social media all over the place. You got pages everywhere. It's real simple. Why are you showing just as much loyalty protecting this broad like everybody else? If you're really mad about it, if you're really upset, put a name out there.
Well, what she did was she called out. Well, what happened was she called out the administration, and so that's what she went on social media doing, calling out the administration because she's like more than just this woman. It's not about this woman. It's about the administration's protective. Yeah, I like what Naima said. Let's talk about that. Naima says, I like Nia Long, but of course she didn't know her ex or whatever was cheating on her. But ain't it her responsibility to talk to her son about rumors or whatever he might hear? Absolutely. But imagine this other family, they didn't have to go their children, well, they're Mormons, so I think there was like a homeschool type of situation. But if it was homeschool, she had a lot of time because they said they was over there. She was over there basically living in the house while Nia was out there filming these movies. She was over there posted up, kicking up, legs up. A lot of time if you're supposed to be homeschooling. What I think they said they had 6 or 7 children. A lot of children.
Wait, the chick he cheated with had 7 kids?
Yeah, it was a Mormon family. They was being homeschooled.
Mormon family.
So a part of a homeschool community because sometimes that's the way it goes.
The husband?
The husband is the is like a big exec
in with the Celtics.
With the Celtics, yeah.
This
and she was the administrator.
Like, listen, okay, so for guys like me, for the public at large, we don't know who this guy is because he ain't front and center. So we don't, but everybody in the organization does know. Mm-hmm. This is my thing. Nia Long, shut up. Mm. If you're not gonna put her name out there, shut up. I don't want to hear your complaints. I don't want to hear your moaning, your griping, because at this point, you just showing as much loyalty protecting her as the rest of these people are. Put a name out. I think or shut up.
I think she feels like she's calling out the bigger picture.
No, because what happens is this: you call her out because she's the one that cracked open her legs.
Yeah.
And then you just and then whatever happens, happens. Because then
Um,
it'll roll back. Because
yeah,
once the name is out and the media itself is like, oh, that's who it is. Who's the husband? Boom. Then it goes. Then it goes. And now we can have this discussion about how y'all protected her. Now we can talk about how the administration didn't give a fuck about this black woman over here and how she got to deal with all this bullshit, and y'all protected the crying ass white woman,
yeah, yeah,
or protecting her husband and his what do you call it, his reputation, or
yeah,
his
and
manhood
his ego.
and his ego.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? Because you got, what's the boy name? Uduke.
Uduke.
Yeah, Dookie. You know, over here slinging long man dingo up in them. You know what I'm saying? So come on, come on. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Here it is. What, almost what, over a year now?
It's about a year later.
And you still
Yeah.
whining, bitching, moaning, and complaining about this?
No, because this
Get
was
out of here.
something recent, and so this is what I guess because they were waiting for like dust to settle. They were probably in the beginning working like trying to work out the kinks. You know, they're still co-parents. They were trying to maybe figure out they were still going to stay together, that sort of thing. Because she didn't do like an immediate, oh, I'm breaking up with him type of thing. You know, I mean, it was like a lot was being discussed. So I think now that things have settled, and she's kind of just regrouping and just reconsidering some things.
Man, put it out there.
But
You ain't naming names. I don't want to hear it. Listen, I'm gonna give you a prime example.
Yeah.
All right. So when I was inside, it's real simple. Worst thing this is two things. You call a joker a homo?
All right.
Say he like them boys?
Yeah.
Or he a rat?
Rat.
Those two labels is like poison. That'll pretty much finish you in most jails.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Call somebody a rat is real simple. Where's the paperwork? Calling this man a rat? Saying a snitch? Where's the paperwork? You got to name names. Who he told on? Where this dude at? You got to name names. If you ain't naming names,
I think the
you
names
just
that she
part of
was
the.
naming.
Huh?
I think the names that she was naming is like she's calling out the Boston Celtic administrator.
Nah, don't nobody care about the Boston Celtics administrator, because what they doing, they gonna protect their own. What I'm saying is this: if you ain't naming the names of the parties that's been involved directly, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And I don't think anybody should have to hear it. Shut up. Shut up.
I definitely hear what you're saying, but I just think she was going after the bigger fish, and that's what.
Listen.
Because at the end of the day.
All right, okay, so at the end of the day, let me ask you this, right? You're going after the bigger fish.
Yeah.
So this bigger fish, right? Mm-hmm. You think they care about a Nia Long? You think they care about a Nia Long's opinion?
Right. Right.
She could run her mouth and call them out all they want. That's like these clowns over here calling out UGA.
Yeah.
They don't give two shits about your little meetings that you be having that authentic. They don't care about none of that. That's what's going on.
I see.
So what you do is, it's not who you kill, rather it's not how many you kill, it's who you kill. So you bust your shot at old girl. Mm-hmm. Put her out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You ever see Deep Cover?
Of course.
Okay, remember when the old boy was saying, like, listen, we can't get to the big guy. So what we do is we get this guy right here. He's the nephew. We get him, and maybe we can smear the big guy back home politically. Mm-hmm. You shoot her.
So you think that? So you're just saying that. But what? Okay. So you're just saying that her target was wrong.
Yep.
But what do you have to say about what I'm contributing and about Tasha K's argument as well? That the reason why she's not being taken as seriously all because of the fact that she it's because all the fact that she ain't no wife. She ain't no wife, and this woman at the end of the day is still a wife.
Honestly, I don't think that matters.
You don't think that matters?
Nope.
Okay.
You know what it is?
What?
This is a white woman as opposed to a black woman.
So you think that's period? That's what Nia Long said. That's what Nia Long said.
And she right.
Okay.
This is a white woman who happens to be married to a big time white guy. Mm-hmm. This is a white and black thing, because they ain't had no problem putting old boy bullshit out there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This is because I can promise you, if it wasn't Dookie Duke and it was Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr.
Okay.
Say it was Steve Kerr.
Right. Got you.
They kept it under wraps. All right, look, Steve, this is what you're gonna do.
Yeah, here's your
Because you did some
severance.
bullshit. Here's your
Yeah.
severance.
Yeah.
We're gonna say different opinions, da da da,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah,
whatever.
they would have.
Going
They would
about
have
your
handled
way.
it
And that'd have
differently.
been that.
It's true.
But nah,
I think that's
old
true.
boy had the audacity. You had the audacity to put your penis inside this good old pure white woman.
Right.
Oh, we gonna hang your ass. We can't lynch you the old way, but we gonna hang your ass.
Mm.
And if you say that name, you'll never have another job within the professional ranks again.
Right, because he was also very,
Me personally, I'd have been like, you know what?
he was
Y'all
playing
gonna bring me
very
through the
safe.
ringer?
He was
Fuck you
playing
and
very
this
safe
NBA.
too.
I'm tearing the whole house down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm burning the house down with me in it. I go down, I'm taking the shit with me. But we all gonna we going down.
Like I said, and I definitely if the reason why I do like what uh, I do like Tasha K's argument, but the reason why I am still like I thought this was it was still a good topic is because it wasn't like if Neil Long had just jumped brand new into this, like you know the types, they usually don't have nothing to say about no race here or there, but let something happen to them, all of a sudden, oh, it's a race thing. They choose a very convenient time to play race card. That's not Nia. I've known a few situations where she is, she has made very publicly known that she's more than just a pretty face when it comes to this conversation, this discussion. And I wouldn't say she's an activist, but I definitely will say she has not shunned away from being very vocal about racism as it plays out in Hollywood, and about how it has kept her from some very key roles, even at the height. I think a few years ago it came out to be very public that she was like up for some really big roles, and even though she was up for some very big roles and she was very highly in demand, they were given these same roles to some very lesser known, not even half of the catalogs that she made. And I don't remember the exact movie, but I remember it was a very big story about 3 or 4 years ago, and they were just saying that it was three, it was one movie in particular, and I want to say, and see if I say the name, you'll be like, well, of course she's the bigger name now, but you're not, you're missing the fact that at one point in time, like Nia Long was that chick. Her name's on everybody's lips. And that's what I say, I'm not even gonna say the name, because this person, she's a big name now, but this role would have, at Nia Long's level, it would have definitely have solidified her to set her up for some other roles like this. Whereas this was this particular white actress's breakout role, and it set her up. You understand? So it's a difference. I'm not gonna say the name because, like I said, if I say the name, then people gonna be like, oh, well, of course she's a bigger name, but you're not, but people aren't gonna
She
consider
was the
that.
biggest name at the time.
At the time, Neil Long
Okay, tell
had
me the
very much
movie.
bigger. The movie?
Yeah.
If I tell you the movie, you're gonna know the person.
No, you don't know actors' names.
You would know the person.
Pretty Woman.
She ain't pretty. She ain't Nia. She definitely ain't Nia. She ain't Nia now. She wasn't
Julia
Nia
Roberts,
then.
you talking about?
Nah. See, but it was somebody on the caliber that kind of on that caliber. She got on that. She got on that. She got on that wave.
Talking about the Tomb Raider, bro?
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
No. It was Speed. Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Yep.
Sandra Bullock is bigger than you?
Worth-wise, yes.
No,
money
Speed
wise.
came out?
That's why I said Nia Long at the time the time they were up for Speed, she was up for Speed. Imagine what that would have done for her career. She's on the other side of
but I mean, like,
Keanu Reeves, and that role catapulted
it definitely,
Sandra
it
Bullock.
definitely would have,
Yeah, it would have put her into a whole different category.
But I don't know if Sandra Bullock ain't even like
but that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I don't want you to look at, okay, you can look at her films and look at what she gets
Yeah, but
paid to do
like
her
who's looking for
films.
Sandra Bullock though?
It's not about who's looking
Oh,
for
yo,
her.
that new
They
Sandra Bullock movie
were.
coming out.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
But anyway,
Listen, this is what I'm saying.
yes.
This is what I'm saying. You look at that and you be like, oh yeah, that's you, but that's money. That's
Yeah,
think of
no,
all
I
these
get it. I
movies
get
that
it.
she
I get
that
it.
she got afforded the opportunity to do,
I
and that
get
was her
it.
breakout
But
role.
again,
And
this is
Nia
my
Long was up
argument.
for
Like
that.
you know.
Mhm.
Okay, so you've already been passed over for a bunch of roles because of your either your political stance or some things you not willing to do, or because you ain't gonna do whatever.
Mhm.
So then, okay, you've already been in this realm.
Mhm.
You've been in this alleyway before and fought your way out. Okay,
Now Naima
lace
says
up your
this.
Timbs,
I love Speed,
pull
but
out your pull out your knife, your gat, whatever. Because you in this alley, you got to fight your way out again.
right.
Name this name. Bring down the house.
No, yeah, I don't.
I mean,
This is
come
not
on,
about
like
bringing
this.
on.
This
It's like
is.
at a certain point. This is what I told you before. At a certain point, like for real, you just get tired of that fight. You really do. But Naima
Then
says
don't be
this.
complaining.
You can't. It's
Don't
like,
complain.
come on.
If you ain't ready to knuckle up, don't complain.
You still, and that she just comes off as a classy woman, what have you. But Naima says, "I love Speed." But was they looking for a black actress? The fact is, they weren't looking for. They didn't have, you know, it wasn't like it was written for a black or a white person. And the fact of the matter is that she was up for that role. And that's where I'm saying, just imagine the difference. Just imagine the significance of the impact of her career with that role. Because, like I said, we have become, and I say we, I mean us, I mean the black culture. We love some Nia Long. But imagine if she would have landed
She
a
might have
role
turned
like
into Holly.
Speed.
She could have turned into Holly.
Holly who?
Berry.
Holly Berry. Yeah. It would have launched her in a whole different
She could have turned into
trajectory.
Holly Berry.
It would have launched her on the other side of Keanu Reeves, who, we know for all intents purposes, Keanu Reeves is very kind of open minded and free flowing with it. Like he ain't got no problem with it. So, just being on the other side of that, now look at the
Well,
trajectory
you know
of her
what? We
roles.
gonna get Nia Long to play you.
Babe, I would love that.
And
Yay. It's
know
gonna be me. Who's gonna be you? Dennis Haysbert?
who?
Dennis Haysbert.
I'm gonna play me.
No, you okay. See, now you want me to cut this screen off.
You say I
You think
can't
you
play
gonna play
me?
So then I will play. Then how come Nia gotta play me?
Because you want to give me a shot.
Nah. You want to give me a shot too.
Ha!
Big, he about to get beat up in here. He about to get beat up. He want to get why don't I play me and Delroy Lindo play you?
Who the hell is Delroy Lindo?
West Indian Archie from
You talking about the big
Malcolm
face
X,
dude?
Big Face and
Man,
other
first
things.
of all, let's be
Big
very
face,
clear about
broad
something.
nose,
I'm so
Mandingo,
much cooler than
baby.
that guy.
Nah.
So much cooler. And my nose ain't nowhere near as big as
Don't
his.
don't.
Yo, his face is huge. His face is about the size of that thing.
I don't mind. You got a big face, babe.
I do not.
You do. You have a big face. You do.
Your camera's just bad.
Like I said, I'll play. And you go ahead. You go
He
ahead.
too
I'll
old
play
anyway.
me.
He can't play me.
He ain't. Nah, he gonna. We know how to spruce it up. Y'all see that somebody get talking different. Somebody get talking different.
You could pick somebody different.
Nah, we gonna pick him.
You probably been better off picking Ice Cube.
Nah,
Ice Cube more. I'm
not interested. He is, but I'm not interested in. I'm not interested.
What about O'Shea?
In his the son? Yeah. Definitely not. I'm not interested in that being challenged with my thespian history with those actors. Delroy can bring out my thespian greatness. Not interested. No.
But you're not playing you, Nia.
I'm gonna play. Oh, you talking about in the movie with Nia?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I thought you were still saying, who could play on the other side of me if I'm playing me.
You're not playing. We just said
why
we
wouldn't I play? Okay, so we giving Nia a shot. So you trying to put Nia with they already been Nia and Ice Cube have done that already. Nia and Meth would be cute.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, and all that's a whole franchise. Nia and Meth would be really cute. That would be cute. They could play us. That would be cute. Okay, that would be a different campaign. All right, you back in the bed tonight.
When was I out of the bed?
when you tried to shoot your shot at Nia.
Shoot my shot at Nia?
Yeah, talking about something. We trying to give Nia a shot.
With Dookie. Why would I want to shoot my shot at Dookie?
What's wrong? Listen, that's another conversation another day. Because this is why I cannot stand about these men. Just because You don't know this man just
I
because
know
of
he
the
like
fact.
that white flesh.
Okay, now that may be, but from what I understand, a lot of brothers have fumbled. They have fumbled and stumbled in that pool. So, mm, okay. So, at any rate, that's neither here nor there. A lot of brothers have succumbed to the witchiness of the
Of who?
of the Wahat woman. Why Neil Long brought it up? I'm sure people forget about it.
Yeah. What nobody think
Well,
about Dookie
because
and
like
then
I
that,
said,
that.
a lot of stuff is settled. A lot of stuff is settled. Let's move on to topic because we almost
Matter of fact, you
40
know
minutes
what?
in.
We can go right to the what's name because
Yeah, go ahead.
with your boys succumbing to the Waha,
The Wahite woman.
the Envelopians.
White tea, white tea, white tea, white tea, white tea, white tea,
So
white tea, white tea.
what was we looking at? It was something on YouTube.
Are you talking about the Tony Braxton movie?
Hell no.
Yeah. What do
The
you mean? You had a whole
just before you got in the
speech
shower, we was on the
just
laptop in
now.
the bathroom. It was a title. Should you marry outside your
Oh, should you marry
race?
outside your race? Yeah. Is that and you said they said is it giving up when you marry outside your
It
race?
absolutely is,
And you said it is. And I said, and I
and I
want to
think you
be
settling.
yeah, that's what you say. You say you think you're settling. I just I don't think like I just don't think that you not just you but like men in general. I don't think that men understand like how difficult it is to find like a man of like quality and caring and compassion in us because let me go on to say this and I'm not trying to ruffle no feathers. Don't get me wrong. But black men, I think in a whole, I not saying that there aren't exceptions because Lord knows. Like I said, that's why I didn't really understand why so many women would just complain about dating black men because like I was just like, shoot, that these black men they lit out here. What you're talking about? You know, exceptions do not change standards. But a lot of black men, I think for the most part, they have not been in quality relationships. So it's hard for them to give something that they've never received. It's hard for them to envision something that they've never seen. And so, because even when we had this discussion lightly, but we definitely had this discussion, and we had another discussion last night. But when I was like, I understand that you don't want to hear about my exes, but you have to understand that I'm used to a certain level because of the exes that I have. My experiences have shaped me. So I have expectations because of these exes, because of these experiences with these exes. Like I'm not saying no, you have to be him, but I'm saying that you have to understand that there were some experiences before you that make me think that this is the way this is supposed to go. Um and I think a lot of our men and women, don't get it twisted. A lot of our men and women have not been in quality relationships. And so they haven't had these experiences. They haven't had because remember what I said when I said, these dudes were young, but this is what they came into the game doing. And you said at 19 they didn't have the life that you had. That may be true, but I'm still used to that's the person that has had that type of life.
What are we talking about?
We're talking
Because we
about
see that we didn't want to we
why
don't want to
no, we
go topic.
haven't. We're saying of how why it's not settling and how hard it is finding someone within your race if you're black that treats you, good and well and treats you to a certain standard because our standards have been very minimalized. That's why I said, and it's hard for black men and women to offer that to each other when they haven't received that from each other. They haven't seen that. Okay. And so Naima says, I don't think
I read it.
people settle by dating outside their race. So yeah, so that's my stance. I think that you're saying that, but you don't realize how hard that is to be kind of told or to be on the other side and being like that I'm not capable of that. And I think I take me for example, I think women in general, like we're very sensitive to that, like we want that princess style treatment. And I know, I've seen not just yourself,
So
but I've seen women like
let
I've
me get
seen men
this
like
right.
laugh when they
Let,
think about that.
let me get this straight. So white boy comes along,
Hmm.
you know, does whatever, I guess all the gentleman romantic crap.
That's not crap. See, and that's what I'm saying. Put it. This is a part of that.
Okay, the gentleman romantic stuff.
Hmm. Things. This is a part of that. Like you don't even value it the same way. You don't value it the same way. And like you
Nah,
weren't in a
because
situation where you were taught to.
what I'm saying is like, so all that means is okay. So y'all running in the wrong circles. Then you tell me there's no brothers out there that do this?
That's why I said acceptance don't change standards, but babe, like understand that many women are confused. I think that a lot of women get confused because they don't know, like they don't realize that okay, they have to come out of their circle so that when they are treated that way, like it's that little meme song going around right now, and it's like, I be I'm with this white guy, he be feeding me lobster. Like, it's a little meme, and like, all of these kind of interracial couples are like they're at these nice restaurants and they're doing this and doing that. And then like this black couple, black influencer, couple influencers, they did like their version of it. They'd be like, I be with this dude and I pick him up and pick up from Red Lobster. Like it's like this is what we make a joke of when it comes to us. It's a difference. And I don't I really would like for you to take into consideration that difference. And it's not a diss, but it's a difference. It's a difference because they're in a position where like I used to tell my sisters all the time because she'd be talking about how much, white people just got money. And I said, well, they should. They done stole it all from us. They should have it, and so that's what kind of that's where we're at. I'm not saying that it makes you worse, but it is a difference. And you have to realize that there is a difference there. And that difference, it can be vast. It's vast, and it makes like, why wouldn't someone want
So
that?
you telling me,
Hmm.
right? When you go outside your race, this goes for men and women.
Okay.
Because men is I think it's like 2 to 1.
Three.
It's 3 to 1.
Yep.
Okay, so it's 3 to 1
They did it 3 times outside of the race.
outside the race.
Yeah.
So you know
Excuse me.
the men is leading charge on that bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for them and the women. This is going both ways.
And this is a good topic because I know you just had recently a TikTok where you were talking back to black men that said that black women were the ones
Yeah,
that
and
started
I
it.
had to show
Yeah,
the
you
numbers like,
did.
yo,
You
bro, you
checked them.
bugging.
Yeah, you checked
And then
them.
he's still like,
Yeah.
fuck that, I don't care. They started it.
Yeah.
And then you use Cleopatra as
As
an
an
example.
example, right?
Bro, she wasn't even black. She
She
was
wasn't black.
freaking Greek, you stupid ass. Now you don't even know what you just stupid. Anyway, but what I'm saying is this. If you would marry, date, whatever, somebody outside of your race, it's like, okay, so like you're not disrespecting your mom, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, brothers, cousins, whatever. Like to me, like okay, so for me to date a white woman, like like I can't. Remember I told you on the white girl home,
Yeah.
and my grandmother gave me that look.
Yeah. I remember.
Last time that any white girl ever seen anybody in my family.
Okay.
You know what
So
I'm saying? But like this is, and my grandmother's from Bama.
this is
So
good. This is good.
like
And this is by design,
I
and we know
can't.
this
What
too.
was
She said most women want the fairy tale. When I was watching Disney movies, I always thought of them as the ideal guy. It's true. And we have to realize that we were raised with the same conditioning. And that's the same thing that I say. But this is something still to be
that's
said
a
to
cop
this
out.
day. It is a cop out.
It's a cop out.
It may be a cop out, but you can't dismiss it. You can't dismiss it
It's a
if that's the
cop out.
case. Because, and the reason why I say this is very interesting, because this dynamic is true. And that's why I said I love this particular I don't want to say argument, but this particular point, because I used to say this growing up too. I said, weren't black men watching the same thing that black
Exactly.
girls were watching? But black men date out 3 times as much. So that makes it feel like, to me, they feel also that these women are better women because they were treated in a better, they were treated better. When you're treated better, you are better. And I said, I think we both got the same picture. But so why is that black men
I don't think.
date out
I
three
don't
times
think.
as much as black women? Like, we saw the same thing,
Yeah, but I don't think it
but
was.
black
I
men
don't think it
ran
was the
with it.
Disney thing or what's the name. I think.
The imagery.
Yeah, I don't think it was that. I think with that is more of a status symbol.
Yeah.
Like okay. Prime example. What's this damn boxer name? Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson. Yeah.
They changed laws behind this dude.
Yeah. The boxer. Hmm.
And at that time, he's heavyweight champion, world first, light heavyweight champion, blah 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 blah, whatever, whatever. You got a white wife,
Okay.
status symbol.
Hmm.
And the white woman is kind of like driving around with the Benz. It's a status symbol.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm leveling up. This is what I got. Nah, you really not. But
I
that's.
understand.
I think that's what that is, and that's kind of like been ingrained.
Some of that is.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's so much of
Some of that
the
is.
Disney thing or
But
that
that's
kind of
still
imagery.
status. I mean, because it's still like, if a woman is being treated like a princess, and they're told that only white men can give it to her, why is it still that black men still date out more than black women? Because we were seeing the same thing. We see the same status and we see the same. That's what I always have found very interesting. But aside from that point, and yes, Naima, I do remember your boyfriend is a Marine, right? Um, and
Okay.
I said that that now, where I would love to know, where are you guys at on the marriage conversation? Is his family supportive of you all being together? These are real questions, because that's kind of what has often challenged me. And as some of you might know, if you follow any of our social media pages, my daughter is in a relationship, interracial relationship. Her boyfriend is white. And what we have to consistently establish and connect about with his family is that is your family okay with this? Because come on, like I said, this is America, and we must still. And not only is this America, but this is Georgia, and I want to know, by all stretch, my daughter goes off with you to a family function, she's not going to be made to feel weird or bad. And my daughter's she's very sweet. So she could be, I think she would be oblivious to a lot, or she wouldn't mention a lot to me, because she knows that I can get very, you know, rah rah about these issues, as I'm very committed to that. But these are real conversations, and that's something that I think, even there has only been one time in my life that I was, very much like, oh, I really like this guy, and I think we could have some seriousness. And this was before I was ever even active, so to speak. Um, and he was really nice, very kind, very kind. It was when we were teenagers, but when we got over to high school, everything changed. We got over to high school, and I couldn't see me walking around with him. I couldn't see me being with him. So we broke up. He didn't agree with it at first, but his family ended up getting evicted, so he had to get out of school for a little bit. And I remember thinking of that years later. I was like, the only person I ever knew that had ever gotten evicted was a white person, their family. I didn't even know that evictions happened. And so, but I remember, he left our school. He eventually came back like junior year, but he left like our freshman year. And and I was able to use that as a little bit of an excuse too, as to why we couldn't be together anymore. But okay, you said we talked about it before. Me and he dated. before me. He dated black women before, but is he married? Is that where? Why not a marriage? Is it does his family support it? Does his family, or do they think that he's kind of just like he phases, like he dates black women and that's what he does? Like these are real questions, and
I think
I'm
every
asking
family
that for
feels
other
like that until you get married.
until you get
Yeah,
married, yeah, because until
nah,
you're married, you're
he
single.
going through a phase.
That was the person I asked about. Would his family have a problem? Have you met the family and where are they from? Are they from the South? Are they, because I know you guys are in Virginia. Are they from Virginia as well? Are they from like North South? Because like I said, this is America, but this is also
Actually, no.
Georgia.
Marines. Virginia produce a lot of Marines.
Did I? I
Yeah,
didn't know.
Marines is nuts.
um,
Actually, not even she though.
why would she say her boyfriend is nuts though, Devon?
I mean, the truth is the truth.
That's like me saying,
The
okay,
Marines
well,
make you nuts.
them New Yorkers, they
You
nutty.
say that all the time. Stop
They
it.
mean and nutty.
You say that all the
I
time.
do say it all the
All
time,
right.
but I don't be saying it like out here, like but you know how y'all get down, They from Wisconsin. Oh, yeah. That's I don't know about that territory too much. Mm.
That's Fargo country.
Yeah. Have you met any
No,
of the
that's
family
Minnesota.
members? That's Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. Have you met any of the
Wisconsin,
family
she's
members?
back.
Because I have a best friend. I think I did tell you about her before. I have a best friend, and she married a gentleman. And if I'm not mistaken, they were from somewhere out there in that like Midwest West area.
Cheesehead.
And she said that when the brother comes over, the brother won't even use he brings his own towels. He won't even use their towels. He won't use their glasses, that sort of thing. Like he's a and she feels this was years ago.
Why
They
is he
got
even allowed in
married.
the house though?
Yeah, this was years ago. This is before, I think this was before they were even before they had the baby, before they had their son. But
No, he can't even
when
come through.
he came a visit twice. He came over to visit with them twice, and one time he actually stayed over. The other time he made sure he called someone to come pick him up and drive him like the rest of the way to where he needed to go, or what have you. Like it was uncomfortable for him. But what my friend's problem was with, interestingly enough, was she said that she felt like the mom didn't do enough to kind of, you know, like stop him from that behavior, even though he's a grown man.
Why would she? He
And
probably got it from
but
her.
she felt like the mom should have been doing, because she felt the mom was very accepting of her, and the mom,
lies, all lies.
comes from a
His brother has a black wife. Well, that whole family just with the swirl, huh? Okay, all right.
So yeah, so this is good.
So
this is good information.
Swirl.
Yeah, it was
They
deep.
got
It was deep.
fever.
Okay. And so, but I do think that there is something that needs to be said about about how we handle each other. No, we shouldn't. I never even liked that movie when it was first out. I mean, the funniest thing about it was, of course, I love Sam Jackson. That's another nice looking old man.
Get to be dancing.
Yeah, that's a nice older looking man. That's a nice older looking man. He is not.
He is,
anyway,
man.
see, this is.
Like
I'm not going to engage in these conversations with you. Always trying to down these men that I think are very attractive.
I don't say nothing about Breezy.
You say, what don't you say about Breezy?
I say I fuck with Breezy. Breezy get active.
You don't say nothing. First of all,
I don't really listen to music.
I don't like Breezy like that, because again, Breezy is a colorist, and we've had that conversation. And I know that Breezy has a little problem with the powder, so I don't really. He's not an optimal.
I don't say nothing about the geek boy. No, that's not what she called him. Corny. I thought that was funny though.
You did. You were the one that talking about something. Oh, he probably gay. That was you who first said that. Yeah, that was you.
I can't be the first one that ever said that.
No, that's the first time I had ever heard it, and I got tired of the stuff you was saying, because you was always talking about his mouth, being weird.
It's weird mouth.
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't do that. I didn't do that. I never have talked bad about India. I never talked bad about Angela. Like, I don't do that to you.
Well, you told me
she's
a paper doll.
No, I told you that she had surgery. I told you that, but I wasn't. That was literally almost like a year after. a year after we met, and knowing that that was your dream person, and I had
I
literally
don't
just
talk
come
about the
across that
Jordan boy no
article
more. Do I?
about who?
The Jordan boy.
No, I don't talk about him that much anymore either because you call him gay. Like if you've never noticed, I really stopped with all of that conversation because we had a big conversation about this in New York. I was like, you do this for everybody that I like. It told much to the point that I don't even like to tell you who I like.
Vince is my guy.
Divine, I had not told you about him, and I purposely had not because you talked bad about literally.
Mike, sorry.
I wasn't. I never liked Mike like that, and I told you that too.
Digging Mike up all the time.
No, I'm saying I never liked him like that. I'm talking about like intimately, like sexually. Like I've never liked Michael Jordan like that. Yeah, yeah. See, did that. Ugh. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. When you told me about your people, not to me, obviously not. I said that. I've already said that.
Him and Spike Lee.
And NJRE looking stellar. But like I said, I know I don't do that to you because I'm like, if you see beauty in that, that's beautiful for you. I don't do that to you. Anyway, in his skill and his talent with Michael B. It's talent with Nas. It's talent. It's not just looks. But you didn't mind. You don't mind telling me all this negative about anybody that I brought forward. Anybody. And that was something that was done so consistently. And like I said, I never did that with you and yours, you know. And I think that's a little rude. It's a little rude. That is not true.
I showed you the funny thing. You said it was rude. You gave the example. You said, "Oh, that's just rude."
No, that is not true. First of all, I showed you some funny posts today too, and I did not say, "Oh, that's rude." Come on.
You showed me funny posts?
Yes, I showed. You asked me what I was laughing about, and I showed you about the one that said that my cousin put up about women liking to date young dudes because they don't remember, they weren't alive when they was home. Okay, and we both enjoyed a laugh. I wasn't like, oh, that was some rude stuff. Say, come on, so don't do that to me. Just like I said, all I ask for when we having these conversations, you admit like you're able to be accountable. Yeah, I do talk about everybody that you pretty much have like. I have found fault. Or you could be accountable and say, yeah, you really don't do that to me.
Opinion about it, yeah.
Right, but I was asking your opinion. Or you could be accountable and say, yeah, you know what, you don't really do that to me and nobody I like. Thank you.
I don't really talk about anybody I like.
But the fact that Devon, I just named 2 people that I know you like.
2.
And I've never say nothing bad about them. I don't.
How often you hear me bring them up?
It's not about bringing them up. The fact that I just don't do that to you. That's what it is. It's you find them beautiful. That's okay.
So, because I said, Sam, you look like a cricket.
Why is that necessary?
All right, he's a handsome guy.
And you don't have to say that. You just don't have to say nothing. I don't get that.
I don't get why you keep talking about these dudes.
I don't. I really don't. Devon, you just said just now, Sam don't look funny to you. Because how often do I talk about Sam?
It doesn't matter. You don't even, like, the first thing you do is talk about these guys' physical attributes.
Did I say that about Sam? Did I say that about Sam?
Good looking guy.
I didn't. I did. But I'm saying I don't talk about him often. So I'm saying,
Samuel L. Jackson came up twice in the last 3 days.
It doesn't matter if I don't remember talking about him in the last 3 days.
Twice last 3 days.
And I said, oh, he was looking good the last time too. Because you just asked me just now, you said with all sincerity, and we can run back this tape. You asked me with all sincerity, you don't think he's funny looking? But did I bring him up? And did I say, oh, he looked good?
Yeah, you did.
So just now, then, so you asking me, you don't think he's funny looking? Clearly, I don't. If I just said a couple of days ago, he don't look bad.
You still be funny looking.
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. Like, I mean, they could be good looking to that person, you know. Like I've always said, I think Scottie Pippen is, you know, I thought that was the most beautiful thing growing up. And I know people always talked about how like weird his nose was and all of that, but I was like, I thought he looked, I thought he was beautiful to me. So that's the only thing I was concerned with. But I'm saying there is something very natural about you kind of dissing, and I'm like, you don't have to do that. Like I'm with you, I'm with you. So why I gotta sit around and talk bad about? I ain't gotta sit around and talk bad about India or bad about Angela. That's it. No matter how much or how little you talk about them, when they do come up, I don't have to do that. You know, and
I
I just
agree.
I never understood why you do that to me.
I agree.
Uh,
Mhm.
And I don't like you to do that either. So it's gonna be another conversation.
It's not.
It is. It
It's
is
not.
because this is I do want to understand that. I do want to understand that.
So look, it's been an
I'm
hour.
about
I gotta go cook dinner.
mm, yes, I can finally have my salad, but we didn't get to the Taylor Swift
It's not
conversation.
even a conversation.
It was supposed to be a
It's really
conversation.
not.
Okay, all right.
Taylor Swift.
It was to be a conversation. It was gonna be a conversation. Why people is making such a big deal out of it? Like it's kind of corny. And I wanted to talk about the fact that the ex girlfriend of the guy said that the Swifties have been coming for her. And I'm like, if she not with the dude no more, why they coming for the black girl, which was a black girl? So maybe some other time we will continue that. But until next time, y'all.